Hi everybody, it's Brian Mullins the Fox here. This is the second to last video where I go over predictions concerning the aftermath of the first of 3 culture shocks. The first of only 4 that I will cover in this video will be a bit poetic. There are 4 mini predictions I'll make in this video. Remember in the video where I covered the startlingly obvious pattern in short form rant number 15? You know, the one I published on August 5th of this year and recorded it on the 3rd of August of this year? I made a slight prediction that in the worst case scenario, if you will, concerning Macaulay Culkin, that he would commit suicide because Trump himself was a cameo from Home Alone 2 and could have potentially made comments about cannibalism and making traditional Christmas dinner great again. And I only predict this because I hope beyond hope that this potential tragedy never happens. I know it's kind of fucked up to fear a potential suicide or two, but trust me, it's not me fantasizing anything if it hasn't happened yet. And if it does, I'm still not fantasizing about it because it will have actually happened if it did. And unfortunately, if it ever does, the one thing I will predict about it, and I haven't predicted this part about it before, will most likely be a day after. So December 26th, 2025. There are a couple of other things I'm going to predict before I go off about more statistical coincidences. Number 1, people on the political right will only be affected in a way where the other side continues to demoralize them and demonize them every fucking day. They get demoralized for the terrible crime of wanting to make traditional Christmas dinner great again and keep true to it. Number 2, people on the political left, alongside with the far left, will only abandon their old traditional Christmas dinner menu tables just to spite Trump by marking Christmas Day 2025 as an anniversary of sorts a year later. So if the left does it, the right will end up doing so anyway as well. And then finally, the 4th and final prediction is that it will inevitably affect the turkey and pork industry significantly. And now, let's go off about more statistical coincidences. The first big statistical coincidence is that the differences between October 19th, 1996, the day that Faith and Values Cable became the Odyssey Network, before the Jim Henson and Hallmark acquisition of 98, and the first day I started the discussion on the topic of the roast game, and between November 17th, 1998 and November 18th, 2019, amounts to 7,671 days separately and respectively. And the second one is, both of these comprised of just 21 years and a day. But now I must go off on a brief rant, and this portion will not take too long. If any of this shit happens at all, one thing is for fucking certain. Once it happens just like this and no other way else, it will never happen again. The culture shock of 2026 will vary in severity, and last but not least, the culture shock of 2027 will be the only culture shock out of the 3 that will only come as a good thing or positive for us all, and not one iota of negativity in the process. This is going to be the very last time I mention numbers, coincidences, and any other irrelevant factoid from here on out. In the next and final rant where I make predictions concerning the aftermath of the first of 3 culture shocks, it'll mainly be focused on politics, Trump, Republicans, and how cannibalism and dog eating will become politicized to such an insane extent, it'll unleash all an absolute evil within a lot of people, mostly on the left. But somehow, in some way, some portions of the right will pick up that contagion, and it'll get worse for both sides, and it might affect them and Republicans in the midterms, and it will not end pretty, even for me. But I only hope for the best of luck that things don't completely go south for myself. And with that, before I do end this rant video, a short announcement / update. For those who are wondering, I have left Rose's connection server and removed her as a friend on Discord. I'm no longer friends with her because one time and at one point in her Discord profile bio, it says something along the lines of Charlie Kirk's a Nazi and supposedly he doesn't deserve any sympathy, nor his wife, which is absolutely psychopathic. And yes, they do deserve sympathy. because of Tyler Robinson. And if anything happens, I hope that Tyler Robinson is sentenced to death and gets executed, so then I can be able to celebrate a death for once that is not taken away because of Tyler Robinson. Alright? The bus stops here, Rose. But for now, that's it. I'm Brian Mullins, the Fox, signing out. See you in the next rant.